Good morning. Daddy, we have to plant the lavender.
This is the teddy plant.
You're gonna make a nice hole. We're gonna fill that hole with nice fresh soil. Smells so good. Boom, our first baby lavender. Pickles.
Pickles.
I am a kid in a candy store right now.
Yeah, you are.
It's Easter Sunday. There's so many corns. Let's go see. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Day 2 of getting this place planted.
So here we have a flat of Homestead, which is one of the varieties of English lavender. We got a really great deal at the farmer's market and bought a bunch of flats of these. And this is what's going to start our lavender garden. And they already smell so good. I can't wait to dry them and make lotions and candles and all kinds of things. This is the plot that we're going to be planting our lavender in today. Each one of these needs to be spaced about 18 inches apart. So we're just going to go around and drop them in. As we drop them in, we're going to throw a handful of really good soil. We've already got the compost mixed in there and we checked the pH on our soil and it looks really good for lavender. Here's our babies.
They are about to put them in the ground.
Do it. Okay. Teddy wants to be a part of this situation. You want to plant lavender too?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think? Oh, it smells good, Mom. And I'm not going to eat it, Mom. We're not planting these as seeds. We're planting these as little baby transplants. I'm going to start our first one right about here. I think that's a good spot. And all we do is dig just a little hole into this nice loose soil right now. Bag of topsoil. If we can get that open. Perfect.
I'm going to get my gloves on.
I'm gonna take a nice scoop of this beautiful soil here, put that right in the bed, and then I'm gonna pinch out our first little baby. And a delicate business here when they're this small. There's our first lavender plant going into the ground, just like so. I'm just gonna kind of hold her up as I fill that hole. Some of the grass away from there. Boom, our first baby lavender.
First one
in the ground.
And they can grow to be about 18 inches, yeah?
That'll get pretty big, and that's why we want to space them, because they need room to grow, but they grow very well together. We're gonna just measure out. We're going down this row here. We'll go ahead and start with our 18 inches.
I'll give this one a shot.
You may. Gentle like.
Oh.
Put it on the shower one,
Yeah.
and then just be very gentle and water around it as opposed to right on it.
How's that?
Okay, good.
Yep.
On the future, you want to avoid getting the plant wet, because right now in the sun, those leaves will burn.
Oops.
So it's fine. It's not going to be a big problem. We have a lot of lavender.
See, I only did that so you guys would know. This was all pre-planned.
18 inches is what? Like 1.5 feet? So 1 foot.
Exactly.
That's going to be our next hole. Beautiful. Yep. You can actually do a whole scoop worth. Well, this one seems to want to be next, so it's to be next. Grow well, little baby. And again, we're just gonna just water. We're gonna shoot
Around it.
right around. If you were planting at night, you wouldn't have to worry about not getting the plant wet itself, because the sun wouldn't be there to burn it. We're getting close to noon, which is the peak of your sunlight. The sun can be so strong that it can hurt the plant. So we don't want to do that when they're at this little infantile stage. 2 lavenders.
Well, we've got a ton more. We got the first couple in the ground and ready to go. We'll get back to you with our final product.
We'll see you when it's done. Teddy,
Daddy.
we have to plant the lavender.
This is the teddy plant that just sprouted and it looks good.
Teddy, that's where we need to plant lavender.
to get up, buddy.
Yes, baby.
It's time to harvest the teddy.
Don't step on it, Daddy.
Look what we did, baby. We just finished planting 130 lavender babies. I love every last one of them.
They look so cute. It was a very therapeutic task. It wasn't overly laborious. Every time we would touch the plant itself, the smell of lavender, it was just really, I don't know, it just felt like meditation. Yeah, we got really into it. We did it pretty fast too. Now that those are done, we're gonna move on to our vegetable patch.
we throwing in there first, baby?
Well, I'd say let's start with the tomatoes. That's my favorite vegetable. So every vegetable that we have in here and herb has a different planting method, requires different spacing. And tomatoes, you may or may not know, but most of them need stakes to grow in, which we'll have to get in the next day because you don't want to try to stake them once they've already grown too big. You'll break all their vines.
They grow really fast.
They do grow pretty fast. This particular is one of my favorite kinds of tomatoes. It's a Cherokee purple. This is a type of heirloom tomato, so you get these interesting dusty purple color, and they do get pretty sizable, but they are so sweet. They taste like candy. These are one of my favorites to grow. I've had pretty good experiences with them in the past. This one is saying we need to, here we go. It doesn't actually say. We're gonna have to read real quick how many spacings apart we need. Cherokee purples like to be spaced a little bit more than 2 feet apart. So we're gonna start in this corner, and I'm gonna start my first one right about here. And this is the same planting method that you use with almost any other plant. You're gonna make a nice hole. We're gonna fill that hole with nice fresh soil.
Fresh soil for you, my love.
Good stuff right there. Thank you. You can do a little extra. Beautiful. Definitely working with a plant that's bigger than those tiny lavenders. And I don't want to damage the plant, so you pinch the bottom of the container and you lightly tug and you hope it comes out. And it's definitely got some roots in there, so you're gonna have to rip those roots, and that's okay to do. With these tomatoes specifically, it's saying to plant all the way up to about 1 inch before your first leaf. So that means these ones go a little deeper than the lavender is, and I think that's probably gonna be about a good height for it. I'm gonna go ahead and cover that up. And I'd say that's about 1 inch, maybe a little bit bigger. I think that'll be okay. Hello, little tomato. You are our first Cherokee purple. We wanna do about 2 feet.
2 feet.
This is about a foot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 1, 2. And I like to kind of just even out soil as I go. Sometimes when you have mounds, that's where the water will pool. Kind of want your garden to be as even as you can in certain places. Unless you're planting a mounding plant, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, because zucchini likes to be planted on mounds, and so does cucumber, and those are some other vegetables we're gonna be doing today. Beautiful, some of that lovely dark fertilized soil. We wanna plant it with just about 1 inch till the first leaf. So actually this one, the leaves are higher, so I'm gonna go a little deeper on my hole like that. There we go. Boom. Number 2. I'm gonna save this little tag that says what these are, and in this little corner, I'm actually gonna put the Cherokee purple right with them.
Special delivery for you?
Special delivery, tasty soil, yum, yum, yum.
Right. Soil.
There we go. Beautiful.
This is where it all goes downhill.
Perfect.
Gee,
You're natural.
you know, done this once or twice today.
This little corner plot is now for our Cherokee purple tomatoes. So I'm just gonna kind of put this right into here so that we know what that is. This is facing us when we look at the garden. Sometimes these things end up falling out or you walk over them or whatever, but we've got this video to remind us. All right, next.
So we've got quite a bit more to plant here. This one's gonna be my favorite. It's big beef. Didn't know you plant beef. I'm excited to plant some beef.
There's one thing that my baby loves more than almost anything, except me.
Except you?
Pickles.
Pickles.
We both love cucumbers, we both love pickles. This is my first time having the right amount of space to actually grow this, which is kind of a crawling vegetable. This particular variety that I got is small pickle cucumbers, and this one is called the bush pickle because this one actually grows less in a vine and more in a mound or a bush. In order to plant cucumbers and zucchinis that tend to kind of crawl out a little bit, you usually want to build a mound. You don't have to do that. It's just a method that some growers like to use. So I built one little mound here, and what this does is it just helps with keeping the soil in place around the babies. It also helps when your vegetables are growing to not have as much contact with the soil. It gives a little bit of space for the plant itself to grow. It also helps with water control, this whole kind of area around it. The water will seep in, give the roots an opportunity to really crawl out to reach that water. We're gonna be doing this same exact method for the zucchinis that we plant. We're gonna be planting our cukes and zucchinis close together because they're kind of harmonious plants. So let's get a nice bit of good soil in there.
Okay.
It's like a nest, a pickle nest. Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop that baby right in. And that, my friends, is our first cucumber. Grow well, make us some pickles.
Give me pickles. Another hard day in the books.
Yes, a lot of physical labor today. We planted
130 lavender.
130 lavender.
Yeah, there's actually room for 10 more tomorrow, so it'll be 140.
So he's gonna do that tomorrow.
Call quits eventually.
I know. We are exhausted. It's almost 7 p.m. We planted cucumbers, zucchinis,
Several different kinds of tomatoes.
sweet red pepper, sweet green pepper, some herbs. We put in basil and dill. Our marigolds, we left a spot of the patch open because that's going to be where our green beans go. And we're actually starting our green beans by seed in little cups. So that's going to be a little bit later on. We got almost all our vegetables in except for the green beans. So I'm really excited.
Oh, we did so much work today, baby.
Yeah.
You're a boss.
Conquering the farm.
Boom.
Teddy,
Definitely doing that.
what are you doing over there? He was just over in the neighbor's yard. Teddyson James,
Gabush.
come here. What were you doing? Teddy!
Teddyson James.
What were you doing, Teddy? You're being fragile.
Being a nuisance to the neighborhood.
And the goats just came out to say goodnight. We just gave them a whole bunch more weeds and they loved it. It's just so nice to have this whole situation back here.
And after working all day, we just met our new neighbors. And they brought us a sweet potato pie, so we're going to smash that tonight because we earned it.
Apparently it's a southern thing.
Oh.
Sweet potato pie.
If Teddy doesn't smash it first.
So that's our dessert after a hard day of work. I love you, baby.
I love you, sweetheart.
Good job.
Good job, you.
He's kicking ass.
I'm trying, you know.
Do that over here.
Ooh, sorry, baby. Teddy, you're not a goat. So we just discovered we have a mulberry tree in our backyard.
You guys,
Lana's hard at work.
these are so delicious. We've got this big, beautiful tree. We wanted to put a swing underneath. We were over here looking at it, noticing all these berries, and some of them are red. That's a mulberry. It is so tasty.
So tasty.
It tastes like
I've never
a-
had one before. It tastes
like
like
a fig?
figs. Yeah.
We have thousands.
You tree.
I'm gonna put these in my yogurt in the morning. Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna have our swing right under
I
here,
gotta look up when they're supposed to be picked, but these taste like they're ripe.
so we can snack while we swing.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, mulberry tree. You're so pretty.
This is amazing.
You're amazing.
I am a kid in a candy store right now.
Yeah, you are.
Look at that, you guys.
Got a handful of candy, babe.
Look at that. These are
Pretty.
mulberries. Oh my gosh.
Hey, that's so cool.
Oh, it's low-hanging fruit over here.
Literally.
On a ladder today, I tell you what.
Do it.
Oh, there's a ton. Well, it's Easter Sunday. We spent the whole day working. We're exhausted.
What better way to spend Easter than with some new friends around the neighborhood?
Jesus, they go fast. We went off the road like a maniac.
Let me take this.
Our sweet neighbor from across the street came over yesterday and invited us to have Easter supper with her and her family at the church a few doors down. So we're walking to the church with a pie in hand. She said there's going to be a roast, mashed potatoes, and vegetables.
I believe she said mashed potatoes.
She said taters. She did say taters.
Is there a difference between potatoes and potatoes?
I don't know, but I love taters.
I do
You
too.
love taters?
I love taters.
Tater tots.
I'm from Idaho, so of course I love taters.
The king of taters.
Make some new friends, baby.
All right, so here we are. We
Eat
just
all our-
arrived at the church. Let's go get some Easter supper.
And there's one car here. Party of us.
It looks so good as an
And we have spicy carrots.
Spicy carrot.
And then we have gooey brownies,
Gooey brownies.
Ooh, I like them gooey.
extra chocolate syrup, and that's what I usually make for the hot dog salad.
So good.
We tried. And then I tried my hand at asparagus this year. I have one asparagus in here, so it may not be good.
I think it's fantastic.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lana.
They're my neighbors across the street. It melts in with everything.
It does. It's so good.
Go back there.
Go get some more. They are good.
I try really hard.
Baby!
That's amazing.
There's so many corns.
I can't believe how much you packed up.
Let's go see.
Wow, let's do it.
What do you think, Teddy?
Yeah, let's do it.